And we're live.
Oh yeah, the timer was done.
Yeah. Thank you. And during this special stream, we will be drinking wine.
Cheers.
Cheers. Fancy. All right. Well, that's good enough. I wasn't planning on putting that one, but I guess that's fine.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
No, the wine.
Yeah, I have too many people complaining about me drinking. So
What?
Well, as a Christian, right? As a Christian, we're not allowed to drink. So, but
You can have like at least a glass of wine a day, though, right?
it's not only that, but it's too
Not
early.
like every day, but
It's true. There's nothing wrong with drinking. You know what I mean? Like just the same way there's nothing wrong with I don't know what are some other examples, but I don't know. But that's why technically there's nothing wrong with drinking. It's fine. Like even like Jewish culture was that they drank wine. You know, like it was and so but there's such a stigma around alcohol. But that same cultural stigma is not surrounded around wine. So it's okay to drink wine because
it's pretty good.
because we have that cultural acceptance towards
It's
wine.
really good, actually.
Yeah. It's great, right?
Yeah, it's
Blackberry.
It's actually really good.
That's what the alcoholic says so that he has
What?
so that he has an excuse to drink more.
No, dude, I've been falling asleep on I've been watching Netflix about like ancient Rome and like ancient Greece.
Yeah.
So it always shows them like drinking wine and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, but yeah, it's great, dude.
Dude, it's really good.
All right, all right, we're gonna start off with a few videos. All right, I'm gonna show you a few videos.
Oh man.
We'll see how.
Just right off like the tip of the tongue, like off the
Oh, it's
right off
great.
my lips, dude. Like
It's great, dude. I love it. All right, I just want to make sure there's nothing. I don't know. How's your week been, JB?
it's been all right. It's almost Christmas.
Christmas, yeah. Do you know what? Next week we're gonna have our special Christmas episode. So anybody who's watching, they can look forward to that next week. Christmas on the Mickey G channel.
We'll make a naughty and nice list.
Yeah, no, most definitely. All right, so I'm just gonna play a few videos and then we'll react to them. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. That right. That right. That right.
How'd you like that?
Do it. Do it.
It's so funny. There's so many like dorky. I don't know, like dorky kids to where they imagine themselves doing that, but to actually have that type of
Dude, how many kids are in the background?
I don't know.
That's pretty good.
We should count. Hold on. Let me see because I'm crop solo background image. Hold on. I was hoping it would like completely black us out, but I guess not. Hold on. Let me check. Screw it. Let's play it again.
Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. That right. That right. That right.
He landed that so perfect.
Yeah, he
dude.
did a great job. You think?
It reminded me like Naruto.
Yeah, that was great.
Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. That right. That right. That right.
The landing too.
Oh my god, right at the very
The
end.
superhero landing was great.
Next one.
All right, next one.
How do you know you're not living in a simulation of reality right now?
That's how I know.
I just like how it ended. I like the
Yeah, and then that's when she stopped. It's like, nah, dude.
yeah. Yeah, a lot of those are like there's this
It's just for the TikTok.
with that being said, I saw one video of this photographer, and do you know? Maybe I'll find it right now. There's this photographer, and he's on TikTok and I think YouTube as well. And he'll offer people on the street that hey, I do portraits. Like, could I do a portrait of you? I think you have a really good style. And so he'll do a portrait of, you know, these girls, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that's all his TikTok videos are. And he's like, I'll give you a free portrait. And that's, you know, that's his thing. I'm a professional. And so like,
Yeah.
I'm just going around giving free portraits, all this stuff, whatever. And you could tell it's like totally staged. Like it's a bunch of girls that are on like Instagram or TikTok and they want more follow. Okay, I found him. Danny Damien Photo. Danny Damien Photo. Let's see how many followers he has because I could tell he's doing it. He has 250,000 subscribers. And he goes out and does these videos of him. Let me look it up. Of him offering girls to give them free. Danny Damien Photography. All right, let me bring it up. Offering them free portraits, and it's just obviously like staged. Okay, I think. Let's see. Let me try to find.
But
one.
he's like meeting like all these women.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think what it is
He
that
has 2.2 million views.
I think what the allure is that it's that there's this very minor bit of flirting that goes on between him and the girls.
Play that second one.
And so, okay, yeah, let me play it for a sec. All right, and that's why like, I could just tell like
That's crazy. 2.2 million views.
That's all it takes. It's a simple premise, really.
Excuse me. Could I stop you for a moment? I thought you looked very enigmatic with the white and the tattoos.
Photography too. What do you want?
What?
Could I take your picture?
Yes.
That's loud.
I gotta like get my nipples hard. They look better in the shirt if they're hard.
What?
Actually weird.
What's weird? You?
I want to do this with bees.
Do it. Oh, that's cool. Ha.
I like the bean. Love that.
Just casually look up at me from your phone. I think we're good.
I'm just being a goof.
I love it.
Love.
Excuse me.
That's why like, it's just that minor bit of flirting that I think is the allure.
Yeah, it's
that
weird.
you know gets people to like watch those videos.
It's kind of staged, you think?
What?
Yeah, it was
I
like
think,
definitely
I think
staged.
yeah, I think it's 100% staged, dude. And I think 95% of all of these YouTube interactions with people are staged. Like they've I think all the producing that's happened in Hollywood for decades.
That's crazy. So like, wait, hold on. He has 2.2 million views, and it's like, okay, everybody watch this video, and then follow this girl.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
That's scary.
Yeah, and so that's why
Would you do that if you were a girl?
Wait, hold on, real quick. I think the decades of like the practices that producers in Hollywood have been doing for like decades are finally starting to, within the past decade, like YouTubers are catching on to, and they do it themselves. They're like, let's just stage this.
But like, I don't know. It's like,
You're asking if I was a girl, would I do it? Yeah, I'd do it 100%, dude. Like I went on Street Beefs to fight in Virginia to get a little bit of
that's
clout.
different.
Which was very little
That's
clout.
different.
But that's even easier, dude. All I have to do is pretend to be clueless.
You're
like,
not talking about your
oh.
nipples on Instagram.
Oh my gosh! But not all of them. Not all of them are like that. For the record,
I'm just saying.
but even with that being said, yeah, you're on a huge, like
That's
not
crazy.
a huge, but you're on a big platform, and you're gonna get a few followers out of it. And let's say like you want the clout too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there are Instagram, chicks, that want tens of thousands or millions of followers.
Yeah.
So of course they're gonna jump on it. All right, so that's one. All right, let's see what else I got. I honestly don't even remember what
It just gets darker and darker.
Yeah, there's gonna be some beheading videos. So strap yourself.
It's been a while. see it before? Can you? I want to see it. How it looked.
All right, let me put it up right now. All right, so that's the aquarium in Berlin, and just recently it exploded.
Yeah.
It collapsed, and so like, it was like over 1 million gallons, and
Yeah,
like
there's a
1,500
bunch of fish. Yeah, that died.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Let's read up on it. Let me look it up. Berlin, Berlin
Take that girl off.
aquarium. Berlin aquarium.
Face.
First indications will cause the massive rupture. Okay, let's see if anybody got hurt. This would be badass.
Just a fish. The only casualties were
Unfortunately,
the fish.
only the fish got hurt. Okay. Berlin aquarium bursts. Official reveals first indications of what caused the massive rupture. Okay, so in Germany is speculating that the rupture of a 46-foot aquarium in Berlin was the result of material fatigue, which is pretty standard. You would think that that's what caused it. Massive aquarium in downtown Berlin hotel burst Friday, releasing 264,000. I thought it was 1 million gallons. These people are full of crap of water and 1,500 fish, and injuring 2 people.
Oh no.
That's not that bad. 2 people.
They're gonna sue.
Yeah. Oh, no shit, dude.
Oh look, it looks badass. Look.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Hell yeah, it looks badass. But damn, that sucks. Okay. Top Berlin security official Iris Spranger told the German press that authorities are saying first indications point to material fatigue. However, no official cause has yet been determined. That helped build the massive tank of water, has sent an envoy to Germany for an investigation of the incident.
Yeah, dude, because it's like who built this, who engineered it, and who did not maintain it.
Here's the problem, dude, is that I hate this crap. Okay. Here's the problem is that like it's not like these things are commonly manufactured. Like this is a one of a kind grand scale aquarium.
Money.
For something to be for never to be made before and to be made on such a large scale, it's going to be difficult to
Is
anticipate.
it the only one?
There's no way there's another one. It's obviously like a one of a kind structure. Like,
Hey, look it up. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
all right, maybe I don't know.
Maybe, or like maybe not as big, but smaller.
Yeah.
Inside a hotel, at least, right?
So obviously they wouldn't have the most, or they can only anticipate to a certain level the requirements for such a huge structure. So like the odds are so much bigger as opposed to like just a regular large aquarium bursting, that for this huge behemoth of an aquarium it just takes a little bit, dude. It just takes one section, like not the glass itself. It could be just one of the metal frames. It could be the foundation that it's on. It could be just a little rivet in between that could cause the whole thing to implode.
Some kid throws a rock at it.
Well, dude, if it's holding like over 200,000 gallons of water, I'm pretty sure a rock wouldn't do anything.
Dude, there's so many shitty people in this world. You're telling me that not one person was like...
I'm saying a kid could throw a rock as hard as he wanted to the glass, and I doubt it would be enough to shatter it.
But over time. Not only that, is there one kid, there's maybe 2 or 3 or 4.
And that would be enough to shatter the thing.
By coincidence, the same room,
Yeah.
same height, same distance, and
Okay. Check this video out. You already saw a little bit of what the video. Dude, I love this video, dude. I think it's one of the funniest things I've seen on the internet.
all right, let's check it out.
It's these kids fighting.
Oh, I love fighting.
Yeah, let me see if I can. I don't know if it'll. Here's the thing with these videos. Let me see. Okay, let me play the other one. I'm gonna do that.
Yo, come on.
Hold on. Okay, I'll take us off. Once.
Yo, come on. Fight. Alright, I'm honestly about to fucking rock this kid shit, bro.
Good. Remember, you knock him out, she dates you, remember?
Alright, bro, this is the one fucking punch. This got your shit done. Fuck off, bro. Fuck off. He ain't gonna catch you. Fuck off, bro. Fuck off. Kick me. I dare you. Fuck off.
Oh,
Fuck off.
shit. Okay.
You done? You done?
The funniest part about it is at the end he just rages. He just screams in his corner. Did you catch that?
He couldn't do anything. That's how I feel sometimes when I'm rolling.
Yeah, I sometimes I feel
I want to scream like that little kid.
Sometimes I feel the exact same way, dude. That I just want to scream.
Yeah, dude. Like, out of frustration.
Yeah, exactly.
But why? Like, I want to be like, why did that kid just step in? Like, you know, like,
yeah.
the other kid was just there. Like, or was that kid talking to the other kid?
Okay, hold on. So I don't know. These kids are saying that. I guess it's some bullshit kid thing because they were saying, hey, if you knock him out, she dates you. Remember, if you knock him out, she dates you. So I'm guessing it's some argument about a girl. Yeah, I don't know. But it's, kid stuff, kids fight about dumb things. That's just how they are.
That was cool, dude. That kid just like fucking ducked.
Dude, that kid knew how to fight. Yeah.
The first kid like ducked, stood back, and then the other kid.
Yeah, the first kid did a good job too. The first kid ducked.
And then the other kid just came in and fucking manhandled them.
Yeah. All right, let me lower this down, but I'm gonna. Okay, so this is the video I wanted to talk to you about.
All right,
let's check this out.
Let's check it out.
Picture in picture. Okay.
10-4-10-28 returns to Mary Alston of Wetumpka, a 2005 Hyundai XG350, green in color. Status is current, 29s are negative.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. All right. What are you doing?
Trying to trap some cats.
Okay. All right. We got a call that somebody was out here feeding the cats and stuff like that. So
I'm trying to trap them.
okay. You have your driver's license with you, man?
Okay, first of all, stop right there. Let me point that out that in the case they're in that situation, she doesn't need to provide her driver's license. Cops love to get people's driver's license. And like, you could be doing something totally legal, something that's totally like, perfectly fine. And the cop will ask you, just because they think you're suspicious or they want to incriminate you somehow, they'll ask you for your driver's license. There's no reason why she needs to give them her driver's license.
Okay.
And now we continue.
Do you take them once you trap them?
Okay, wait a minute. I got 3. Y'all have 3 cop cars because I'm feeding cats.
No, we always do this. It's
That's
fine.
unbelievable.
We know they always do that. Actually, look, let me preface this real quick. I'm sorry. I keep cutting off the video. And this is the thing. I've gotten a lot of flack for this because, from my own, people I'm close to, because I support cops. I'm a total 100%,
Go blue.
Back the blue. Yes.
Back the blue.
I'm for order, I'm for, I don't know. I'm for cops, but.
I know I have 2 good buddy cops now that I roll with.
Oh, yeah.
Justin.
And they're nice guys.
Dude, and even then, Even they'll say that like, yeah, there's some shitty cops.
Exactly, and so that's why, like, I feel like all the issues that are going on, right now with the hatred against cops, it could all be solved if people knew their individual rights.
Right.
If people knew their individual rights, and if cops respected those individual rights. So I digress. I'm gonna continue with the video.
I mean, either way, hold on. Let me say something too. At least she's being compliant because he's like, oh, he asked her,
Yeah.
let me see your driver's license. She didn't fight him on that. She was like, you know what? Okay, like I'm not doing anything wrong. You're asking for my driver's license. Let me go ahead and be compliant. And at that point, that's when she's like, yo, why are there 3 cops?
Yeah, I'm on the level to where I wouldn't even have been compliant. I would have told her, like, no, am I breaking the law? Why do I have to give you
Or
my...
you would have asked. But either way, like she's like outside feeding cats. Like, I don't know. Okay, then.
All right, let's go. Sorry about that.
Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
See, so she gives it to him.
All right, give me just a second, Miss Allison.
Okay.
God damn. That's scary, dude. 3 black cars.
What'd you say? 3 black what?
Cars.
Oh, okay.
Like like those cop cars don't look like a regular cop cars. Like,
Yeah.
and there's
Wait, look,
3
check
of
this
them
out.
all. Look, if you go back, they're
Wait, hold
all.
on, hold on.
Oh.
Okay, look, check this out. Look, this is important.
Oh.
Better yet, why don't you go tell her to get the fuck on? Don't come back.
You hear that? Let me rewind that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Better yet, why don't you go tell her to get the fuck on? Don't come back. Okay.
Do you hear that? Why don't you go tell her to get the fuck on and don't come back? That's messed up, dude.
That is messed up.
I'm telling you this. Okay. I digress.
You're formally trespassed from this area right here. So if you come back and we catch you out here, you go to jail for criminal trespass third. No, ma'am.
This is public property.
City
Public
property. This is
property,
city
and there's
property.
no. It's public.
Yes, ma'am.
And what is city property?
Public property.
Public property. And that's what a lot of cops don't understand. If you're in city property, you're in public property. If you're in a restricted area, they're required to put up signs saying that this area is restricted. If they don't, it's public property. She could be there. And they just admitted it themselves. And here we go.
Which makes it public property.
Yeah, and the city does not want anybody feeding the animals around here because they're becoming a nuisance.
I'm trying to help that nuisance by catching them. I mean,
Okay.
they should be thanking me. I've got a trap set right there trying to help catch them and get them out of here.
We have an animal control officer that's certified for that.
I know that, and Terrence knows that I try to help him catch them.
Okay.
We're telling you no.
Okay, the trespass stands. Just don't be around here trapping them anymore, okay? All right, you have a good one.
And she just stays there.
But wait, it doesn't end there. This is shortly after. I'm guessing they have their audio off and now that they're interacting. See, props to the cops are at least turning their stuff on. It's that her friend stopped to talk to her.
Could you 10-9 or 1028?
Delta Victor 57701. Well, man, we told you to leave this area. Well,
Number 1028 returns to Beverly
you leave
Robert.
now. We're teetering on going to jail.
Toyota Camry, gray in color. Current 29 negative.
I'm teetering on going to jail for feeding cats.
Well, for trespassing, we told you to leave and you haven't left. I could take you to jail now. I'm not trying to do that. Ma'am, do you have your driver's license with you?
Yeah.
What did I say? They love getting driver's licenses. She's not breaking the law either.
I mean, we're trying to do a good
Thank you,
thing.
ma'am.
I don't understand. We're trying to help, but we're not doing anything.
Negative 10-9.
And she's an organ donor. I hope they're happy.
Trying to
Look, you see that? Organ donor.
That's not blurred out.
This is
You
messed
wanna
up.
handle her? And she's still not leaving. If you want to take her to jail too, go for it. All right, Ms. Roberts. Okay. Apparently, they
Look at that poor old lady. That poor old lady.
have had an issue with you out here before with the cats.
Not here.
Feeding the cats out here, right?
Well, I feed them. We've been trying to trap them, and we get them neutered, and then get them homes.
Okay.
So we're trying to do the city a favor.
Okay. Well, the city has asked you multiple times.
The city?
Yes, ma'am. Not to do this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and they have trespassed you. Okay, and now you're trespassing.
I'm
Okay.
sitting in my car. I'm not.
Well,
I
well, you're
haven't
on the
touched-
ma'am, you're on the property. You've got cat food. Okay, it's pretty. I mean, all in the back seat. It's pretty clear what your intent is. Okay.
You see, they're saying all this stuff to build their case. They're trying to like, and that's why they always say like, don't speak to cops.
He's just stating the obvious.
Like, don't say like, oh yeah, yes, or like, okay, like, oh that's true, or agree with anything that they're saying. Just don't talk to them at all. No, if you want to accuse me of something, like we'll go to court.
Fight.
And here we go.
All right. So, because you have been trespassed and you have returned yet again, we're gonna have to take you to jail. Okay.
Jesus Christ. No.
You can go too.
I'm just. So I'm not allowed to talk?
No, that doesn't involve you. You've been told at least 25 minutes ago that you were trespassing here. and
I
you're taking
will
your deer
call
to
a
the side.
lawyer tonight.
Yes, ma'am. That's fine. That's
Hell-
fine. You can call.
Or
You can call.
Go ahead and get in your car.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead and get in your car. Go ahead and get in your car. Ma'am, go to your car before you get arrested.
I guess you wanted to.
No, I just
What?
wanted to say
Okay,
something.
get in your car.
Go ahead and get
Look at that, threatening two old ladies just for trying to catch cats.
All right, Miss Roberts. We're gonna have to get you to step out. Okay.
I'd be trespassing if I did.
Well, ma'am, you're already trespassing.
Shit. You all are unbelievable. This is what you're wasting city gas on.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
That's why, like, look, if it was illegal for them to catch cats and feed cats and all that stuff, then fine, go through the process and make it illegal and see if your community actually wants that.
My car to my
Here,
house.
give it to that officer right there. He'll hand them to her.
want to say one thing
Hey, it's gonna get ugly if you don't stop.
Oh my.
Can I please say one thing?
Okay. Now
Yeah, you tell them.
Congratulations. Get out. Get out. I'm tired. Get out. Get out.
Help him.
No, that's a threat.
Oh wow.
Can I get my car off
No,
the
ma'am.
road?
You just threw those keys at an officer. You are not getting anything. Shot every. Ma'am,
my-
stop. Come on now. You're
I
84-year-old.
need
You are way too old to be acting like this. Come on now.
Oh
Acting like a
my
child.
gosh.
Listen, I want my purse. I want my purse.
How dare them?
You can't take me without my purse. You understand? You cannot take me without my purse.
Go ahead and step in for me.
Oh my
Go ahead
goodness.
and step in. Come on.
Close my car door for
Ma'am,
me.
we're gonna get all your stuff. Just step in for me.
Ugh.
Well, I can't without, I'm almost 85 years old.
Yes, ma'am. And I had every intention of putting those handcuffs in the front for you until you started acting like that.
Oh. I'm sorry I can't get in.
Okay. Yeah, step back out real quick.
What in the hell?
Lower car so you can get in better.
Okay. Either way, I think we've seen enough. But like, oh my goodness, dude. That's why, like, look, if it was illegal for them to, let's say what they were doing was a problem. Let's say what they were doing, like, everyone in the city agreed that it's actually somehow making more of an issue than it is helping the
They're
community.
loitering.
Then, regardless, what they're doing illegal? If what they're doing is not illegal, then they have the right to be there. They have the right to be there, and so they're trying to do a workaround. Like, look, because we don't like what they're doing, we're not, and because it's totally legal what they're doing, now we're gonna figure out a way to put them in cuffs.
Yeah.
And how are they doing that? By saying they're trespassing. Trespassing on what? On public property. Like, that's completely.
Dude, but they were like very like threatening.
Exactly. Like everything that they're doing is totally. And do you know what?
They're posturing.
Props to that those old ladies. I hope they get a big fat check after this, and I hope the city is taught a lesson of that. They can't be infringing on people's rights just because they don't agree with what they're doing.
Yeah.
This is total BS, and I see this stuff all the time. And like I said, I'm so pro cops, and this is what makes this is what has caused a bunch of tension between.
If you're a cop, like it's tougher being a cop, right? Because you heard what the first time he said it, he was like, tell her to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, well, tell her to go fuck off.
Obviously, that cop, just didn't give a shit, right? Like, was just you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Just do it. Just do whatever. The guy was like a new guy, right? So he's like, okay, well, I kind of have to follow in command or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and then when he told her too, this isn't the first time that he's
yeah,
done that. That's not, you know what I mean? That's not the first time he's done that.
And so all of this stuff is infringing on the rights, and it's a bunch of a power trip. And I guarantee you, these cops feel totally that what they're doing is legitimate. They feel like what they're doing is they're actually enforcing the law and they're doing the right thing. And so, if there is no hierarchy of somebody to tell them, dude, what you're doing is completely illegal. They're allowed to be here. Regardless of how much the city complains or all this stuff. If it's legal, the city, can't do anything about it.
Speaking of cops, I don't know if I saw where a cop was at a traffic stop and overdosed on fentanyl or something.
Oh yeah, that was a recent story. Yeah,
dude. Okay, so now think about traffic stops now.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of speculation whether she actually just touched it or whatever. But okay, so
Either way, but they were trying to find something to be you know what, now a traffic stop's gonna be you know what, they can fucking tell you to get out
because this might affect my safety.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I get what you mean. And they do that.
They can roll up to you now with their gun pointed to you just in case. I don't know.
They do that stuff all the time. That if you for example, a lot of people do First Amendment audit, or not even First Amendment audits, but they'll just record their interactions with cops, and cops will say put your phone down. I feel like it's making me feel unsafe. Yeah. And they'll use safety. That's their last ditch effort to get to want to control citizens, is that what you're doing is making me feel unsafe. So I need you to do what I'm telling you to do. And they're just finding a way to control people because they want to have total control over citizens.
Yeah.
And so people feel this animosity towards officers when they're on a total, when they don't act like servants, because that's what they are. They're public servants, and they act more like tyrants. And so when they do that, especially if you're in the culture of Black America, to where there's all this animosity, and there's all this I don't know, there's all this how do I say this, obviously we've spoken about this before, that Black Americans are suffering, with incarceration rates. They're suffering in single parent households. And then there being no father in the home, a lot of in poverty. There's a lot of there's a lot of areas that Black Americans suffer, and so there's a lot of they're trying to say that this is more of a a systemic issue, or all this stuff, that there's this, it comes from the top down, that's oppressing Black Americans, which I don't believe for a second. Okay, but this just totally adds on to it. That we're seeing cops infringe old ladies' rights. You know what I mean?
No, that's okay.
And so the second that they do that to Black Americans, it's to where this stuff happens all the time. This stuff isn't just happening to Black Americans. This could happen to your grandmother who's trying to catch cats.
No, she's not driving.
Yeah, yeah. And So the only point I'm trying to make is that I think we should all know our rights. And so I think the only thing that could go against this case, this old lady's case, is that she did throw the key. She did hit the officer with the keys. And so that could be a case to where,
Dude, if that officer said his hand was hurt from the lady throwing the keys,
they could make a case that that's a form of assault or so. After that, they can. There's a lot more of an open window for them to legitimize everything that they're going to do going forward.
I don't understand.
Yeah, because keep in mind she wasn't arrested. They said they were going to arrest her, but she wasn't arrested until she gave them after. She wasn't put in cuffs until after she gave them the keys, so they could legitimize putting her in the cuffs. But I don't know.
You're saying it was staged. It was staged then.
And it just sucks because when you go to court, they can totally side on, a lot of judges, unfortunately, side with the cops.
Yeah.
And so they could play stupid that, the cops are saying that, even though they said that we were going to arrest you, they didn't actually mean it until after she had assaulted the officer. So I don't know. It's something that can.
No, he was going to arrest her either way because he was like, I was going to put him in the front, but then he started acting the way he did.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and so, all of it, it's, going to be battled in court. Hopefully they get a good fat check. All right. Any closing statements, JB?
Poor ladies.
Yeah, poor ladies. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's go to our favorite topic of. Do you know what this might be? This might be one of our leading. How do you say it? This might be the favorite for the favorite topics of the year. For the Mickey G Channel year-end awards. So,
Dang.
Yeah. So, all right. So after our Christmas special next week, we're going to have a year-end New Year's award ceremony.
Okay.
Yeah. So after the new year, we're gonna host our year-end awards, and so we're gonna have different categories of awards that we're going to hand out to ourselves. And one of them is going to be the favorite topic of the year, and so Kanye West. Kanye West has been
2022.
2022 has been his year. Most definitely. He's just been adding on over and over again to his legacy, and for good or for bad. One might say good, one might say bad.
But who cares?
Yeah.
It's there.
And actually, before we start with that, do you mind topping us both off? Yeah, it's in the freezer. And go ahead and just put it in the fridge afterwards. All right. And then I'll play a video in between. All right. Fancy, right? We're not alcoholics anymore. We're cultured. So nobody could accuse us of being alcoholics. All right, I'm sorry about that. Yeah. All right, well, let me bring up that video. And you know what? I'm on the side, and this is what I was going to tell JB. I'm on the side to where, okay, so Kanye West started off with this whole, him going crazy about his divorce and exposing Kim Kardashian, and I don't know. He was going through a divorce, and the divorce was very odd because at the same time that he's going through a divorce, that Kim Kardashian's dating Pete Davidson, and so his wife is now dating this dude from SNL, and in the middle of that, he was also dating Fox. What's her name? Fox. He was dating something Fox. I don't know. And so throughout all of that, he was, doing a bunch of crazy stuff on Instagram. And so his latest input was him going after Jews. He he subscribes to a very common narrative that is out there towards I don't know how to say it, Jewish people. He believes that, and this is a very common conspiracy theory that I would say to her, because there's so many Jewish people who are head of creative media and in Hollywood, that it opens the door for like a conspiracy theory that the Jews are the New World Order, the Jews are this, all this stuff. But I do want to add that like a lot of these Jews aren't even like practicing practicing Jews. Like they're not even practicing. A lot of them are just, that's their ethnicity. Their ethnicity is that they're Jewish, but they're not even actually. They don't practice in the religion. They're just, it's merely by lineage that they're considered Jews. So a lot of those CEOs that you see, or like those major media leaders, they're ethnic Jews, but they're not really, practicing Jews.
Excuse me?
Yeah. So like, that's why I'm not too onto the conspiracy level. I
wish I knew more about you.
I don't buy it. And I would make that same, how do you say it? Mass characterization of an ethnicity. I would point that towards the black community as well. Okay. You know what I mean? There's a lot of traits that are within the Jewish culture that lead to certain behaviors, that lead to certain outcomes. The same way that there are those things for Black Americans. And so I'm not saying it in a negative way towards Black Americans. I'm just saying something that is.
I also believe that if you believe that, then you're going to be trapped in that. Like,
if you believe what?
That you're suppressed, or that you're, that there's things just holding you back and everything because you're, this or you're that, or it doesn't even matter where you are, Black, whatever, right? Like if you truly believe it, then you live it. So the other way around that is to, recognize it and figure out a way past it. You know what I mean?
Individual choice, individual freedom.
But you have to want that. You have to have that desire to want better for yourself.
Yeah.
And then if you have that desire, then you'll figure it out. You'll figure out what it is.
And so that's why, like, I think all the things that I would say about Black Americans, you could say, there's differences between cultures. There's differences between Hispanic culture, Black American culture, Jewish cultures. And I think because they've come from so much, they have so much of a history of being discriminated against, and not only discriminated against, but truly oppressed, to where, Nazi Germany was a big deal, and I think that highly affected the culture.
Right. Which is what they were trying to do.
And so, so I think it affected them in a way to where
that's a part of history, for generations, for thousands of years, cultures have been either trying to destroy each other or to try to intermingle. And then even when you intermingle, it just kind of destroys itself from the inside. You know what I mean? It's just this cycle.
So there's two spectrums. There's the spectrum of two cultures that have been truly oppressed,
right,
and Jewish culture through anti-Semitism, but also
right,
like Nazi Germany, things like that. And then also Black Americans who went through slavery, American slavery. And so there's two different spectrums, and their culture reacted in two different ways.
Right.
And I don't fully, or I don't know, regardless, we're seeing one culture, totally, be oppressed from the inside out. And then one culture that thrived from, years and years of, oppression, which I would say the Jewish people are, Jewish culture is thriving.
Which culture is thriving though? Really? I would say it's not even a culture that's thriving. It's just the the Saudi prince has like how much money? Like there's a bunch of people over there.
Yeah,
you know?
but that has nothing to do with I guess in effect it does, but
You know
like
what I mean? Like-
but like the Saudis aren't rich because of their work ethic. The Saudis are rich
Because of the
because
oil.
the land they're on, the physical land they're on, is like a gold mine.
Right.
But all I'm trying to say is that you have two different cultures reacting. You know, they come from a history of oppression. They're reacting in two different ways, and so it's a common joke to where like Jewish people, you're either a doctor or a lawyer. You know, like it's a like a stereotype,
Right.
And so that's a pretty damn good stereotype to be a part of. You know,
Yeah. Like
Right?
who doesn't want to be a doctor or a lawyer?
Yeah, and that's why like the culture that they're from, they push each other to like, you know, we expect the best out of you. And so
Or
like
a badass bakery.
I'm just saying I wish that for my own culture. I wish that for Hispanic culture, and I wish that for Black American culture. You know, that we, you know, push each other to, you know, strive for the best.
Right.
And I
Make
think-
the better of your situation.
Long story
you know?
short, I think that's why the Jewish people are thriving. All right. So
okay.
Let me see if oh my gosh. All right. Let me see. But you had sent me a video and you said that
Speaking of Saudi Arabia.
you had sent me a video and you told me that I finally understand what
Oh, because of what he was saying.
yeah, I finally understand Yi, and I understand where he's coming from, and I'm team Yi.
Don't say that out loud.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm team Yi.
It was because
you gotta whisper it.
It was because it's because of all the Hitler stuff that he said, right? That's why
Exactly,
you're
like-
yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, dude, you like what he said about Hitler and that like he did good things, right? That's how you
man.
feel.
That's not what he said.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
That's exactly that Hitler did good things.
Oh, well.
Are you still TV or
I'd
what?
have to see specifically what he's talking
We
about.
watched it last time.
I
Okay,
know,
hold
but
on.
he didn't go into specifics.
Yes, he did.
I
Hold
think
on.
it was the fashion stuff.
No, it was. Look, check this out. Look, I'm going to show you a video right now. I got this from Right Wing Watch. And you know, we watched this last time. I'm surprised you don't remember.
No, I do remember, but
All right, check this out. Okay, this is after he made fun of Netanyahu. I see good things. Okay, all right, hold on. All right. All right.
oh man.
Yeah, chill out, dude. It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh, shoot.
You said you're team E too, so
I didn't say that. I don't even like E, dude.
you said that.
I don't even listen to rap. Rap schmap.
That's not true. He listens to Kanye.
All right.
Everybody
Dude,
listens to
if there's
Kanye.
something I'm truly being honest about, I really don't listen to rap. I'm sorry. I respect the art of it, but I'm not.
But dude, there is like
All right, check this out.
There
Right.
is a culture being created. You're either for Kanye or you're not. Those are two.
Oh, that's the culture being
Those
created?
are two cultures that are being created. Yeah, like
All right. With that being said, I'm gonna play the video. Oh shit, wrong one. All right.
You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also. I love everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell me you
The
can
graphics.
love, us, and you can love what we're doing to you with the contracts, and you can love what we're pushing with the pornography. That I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table.
exactly. He loves
Especially Hitler.
everyone.
You're not Hitler.
All right, hold on. Yeah.
See,
You're not a
you got to
Nazi.
hear
You
what
don't
he's
deserve to be
saying.
called that.
But
Hold on, I don't know what's going on with this damn video. Okay.
Kanye, honestly, okay, I'm worried about this guy. Like, I think this guy has actually in his mind, in his own mind, he thinks he's reached the level of God, like of godliness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why do you say that?
Because of what he's like trying to like say.
But
you
he's
know?
not, but what he's saying is just about the Jews
why
and
it's so
Hitler themselves. But he's
controversial.
not saying anything about himself.
But I mean, to almost be like that, it's like,
I disagree with that. I disagree, and I'm not even trying to defend Kanye when I say that. I'm just saying I disagree. Wait, another video's playing. That's what's going on.
That they brought to the table.
like underneath it.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Is that? Oh yeah, it was this video. Okay.
I don't even.
You're not Hitler. You're
There's
not a
not, like,
Nazi.
one long
You
video?
don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well,
That's what you just played.
Yeah, no, I'm playing it again.
I see good things about Hitler also.
He's got the Bible right there.
I love everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell me you can love, us, and you can love what we're doing to you with the contracts, and you can love what we're pushing with the pornography. But this guy that invented highways, invented the very microphone that I use as a musician. You can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good, and I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler.
You're not.
I'm still Team Kanye, but he's pretty crazy.
Look, the last time
crazy, man.
Look, the last time that we were here.
If Kanye was like.
Look, the last time that we were here, I defended Kanye that I understood what he was saying. That like, as a Christian, this sounds bad.
It just sounds terrible. Yeah.
Okay. So as a Christian, this sounds bad, but like that's the Christian mentality to love your enemies. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And who's more of an enemy than Hitler? You know what I mean? And that's what we're called to do.
Yeah.
But it's just difficult to say out loud that like.
Yeah.
So in a way, I agree with every. Oh well. It's because, there's two things I disagree about. I don't think that all of these, because he's saying like,
Because then does that mean Kanye is like, if he loves Hitler, does that make him a Nazi?
Okay, so he's saying that the Jewish people are saying that I can love them and I can love what they're doing with the contracts and with the and pushing pornography and all this. That part I disagree with. Like, I'm not going to accuse the entire Jewish culture of they're the ones pushing the contracts. They're the ones like not all of them. Not all of them are like in charge of all that stuff. It's just that's the culture of Hollywood. That's the culture of
but that's
show
like
business.
That's the stigma.
A lot of them are ethnic Jews, but it's not like they have a monopoly over,
Harvey Weinstein, was he a Jew?
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, Weinstein, dude.
Enough said.
I think anytime. All right, but so that's why like I agree with what he's saying, but I don't agree with him like accusing the entire of all Jews of being the ones like pushing all of this stuff. I think it's just show business in general, and not all of them are Jews.
It's always like a few bad apples, right?
And also I disagree with at the end when he said especially Hitler. Like I wouldn't
because he says he invented the microphone.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree.
Kanye would have never had anything to rap in and make his money off.
I guess in that case we really have to be thankful for Hitler.
In a way.
Yeah.
And the Nazis, in my view, were thugs.
Okay, hold on. Let me rewind that. Okay.
Alex Jones looks like the sane one.
He does, dude. Like he's totally
the most Nazi-like activities I've seen. And the Nazis, in my view, were thugs that shook people down, did a lot of really bad things.
But they did good things too. We're gonna stop dissing the Nazis all the time.
Okay. The most Nazi-like.
Oh, he just shuts it down.
Okay.
Like I'm not done.
He just has to step in right there. But the Nazis did good things too. We need to stop dissing the Nazis. That's such a moral to walk out with. Like,
hold on, keep playing.
I disagree with both statements.
No, this is a different video. Like, that's such a funny like little bit of input to put out there. Okay.
Well, CNN says white people are evil Nazis, so I mean, I disagree with both statements, but I get the pros.
I don't like the word evil next to Nazis. I think we need to look at.
Oh my goodness! Just because you don't like one group doesn't mean the other. Look,
I love Jewish people, but
just because you don't like one group doesn't mean he's trying. Just because you don't like Jews doesn't mean you have to like push the Nazi agenda. That is such a funny, rational thing for Alex Jones to say.
Also, love Nazis.
Oh man! Well, I have to disagree with that. Well, CNN says white.
That is awesome, dude. That is so controversial. I love it.
Dude, either way, like, even if it's and NASA.
What are you gonna say, JB? What are you gonna say to
I'm reading Michael's thing.
Okay, hold on.
Even if it's like, it sounds bad, right? It sounds terrible. Either way, like, you know, how to kind of like any press is good press kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So either way, like, he ends up out because he's either saying something controversial. It's like, oh, Kanye's just being Kanye again.
Yeah. All right, and we continue.
I don't think Hitler was a good guy. I get the Hugo Boss uniforms, amazing. But I mean, just because you're in love with the design, you're a designer. Can we just kind of say, like, you like the uniforms, but that's about
No,
it.
there's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. A lot of things.
I don't think Hitler was a good guy. I get
a lot of things.
Why did he say it like that?
About Hitler.
A lot of things.
Dude, I'm actually surprised, dude. I am so surprised that he got off like, you know, people are saying that he's totally been canceled, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think so, dude. I think he got away scot-free for saying
That's what I'm saying.
The worst thing you can say.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's at a point where he's like, dude, I can honestly go on and say whatever the fuck I want, and I'm still gonna walk out a fucking, like, you know what I mean? I'm still gonna walk out like ahead either way.
That's
like,
worse than cussing, dude.
That's worse than cussing.
What he's saying is like way worse than cussing.
Yeah, it kind of.
That's about
it. There's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. A lot of things
about Hitler.
Love about Hitler.
Things I love about. Dude, why did he say it like that? It sounded like he...
Dude, it sounds like he really freaking loves Hitler.
No, it sounded like he didn't want to say it.
No, it sounds the opposite. It's almost
like... It sounds like the opposite. Like he had a heart on right in that moment.
Exactly. That's...
No.
This is what it sounds like. It sounds like...
Oh, my God. It's really good.
This is so good. That's what it sounded like.
That's what it sounded like?
Exactly. There's a lot of things I love about Hitler.
Can't keep saying that. I'm not on this.
Okay, but all right. There's another video I was kind of. Oh, do you know? It's in my watch later. Okay. And this is
the balls on this guy.
I don't know if I played it last time to kind of not legitimize them, but to kind of like show that okay, I get where I get it now.
He's
like,
really on that like.
I get where he's coming from.
That's why he's hiding his face now.
Yeah. Once again, I don't agree with it, or I don't. I don't know. I'll just play the video, and I'll let you know exactly what I do and don't.
That's not even Kanye.
Shut up.
So the Hugo Boss
oh shit! Wait, hold on.
Amazing.
Hold on. I got
but I mean, just because you're.
All right, I'm sorry.
It's like a double.
tweet is, and the relationship to Balenciaga. The enemy's plan is set up far before the fallout. It feels like they put me in the
gross.
front of the show and swapped Kim out so that I could be the face at the time when the photos hit. But God had me tweet the DEF CON, and then they had to cut ties with me. So they weren't able to use me in that way. And I just feel blessed. We have to lean into the spirit in all things we do. Like my dad said, they're gonna smear your name if you're associated with Hitler. Yeah, obviously. What are you talking about? Of course, Dad. That good idea. Thanks a lot. The truth is, Jesus says, love everyone. God says, love everyone. For me, I believe that in no way, I am not bipolar. I'm not in some kind of episode, but I may be slightly autistic, like Rain Man. That's part of my superpower. That's the reason why I can produce tracks and design and do so many things. But what I can't do is
exactly like Rain Man.
I can't accept hate, and I can't hate. Have you ever known an autistic person that hates? No. That's the reason I love. So if someone says, love this person, don't love this person, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to not. I love Ari Emanuel. I love the CCP. We have to bring Christ to the CCP. We need to bring Christ to China. China control y'all. China made this phone and controls this phone and controls the people that you're gonna get this video to. The Jewish people are the middlemen. They sold America to China. They sold the American media. Now, there's reports that we might be in outright war, not just cyber war, but outright war with China within the next 5 years. People say our greatest threat is China. Our greatest threat is Satan. At all costs, we need to bring Christ to China. Chinese people are not bad. Every Chinese person in the world didn't invent the coronavirus. Every Chinese person in the world didn't bring fentanyl over to America. Yes, there are people that are the head of the New World Order, that are part of the CCP, and a part of elite Zionist Jews. There are people who are involved in creating the fentanyl crisis in America. But that's Satan using them. We need to be very clear. Christ is king.
That's pretty like.
That's what he said. That's
crazy.
That's the word to come out with. Christ is king.
So the devil's on.
And so this is what I was trying to like legitimize it with to her. I get where he's coming from. That like, look, we can't just live in, I don't
know how to
hate.
feel about this.
We're supposed to forgive our enemies. Hitler also being the ultimate enemy, so that
One of them.
Yeah, it coincides with with what the philosophy is, and so he's just trying to live consistently. But
did you already done with yours?
It was when I told you that. I was trying to give that example, and I drank the rest of it.
You accidentally?
Yeah.
You want more?
Yeah. Yeah, deal. I could get it. Do you want to? What are you complaining about then? Yeah, you can pour yourself some more too. That way.
Sure.
Just checking. All right. Yeah, that's why I'm not fully defending Kanye because I don't believe in what he believes. I don't believe that there's some conspiracy theory about I don't know, the Jews are taking over or all this stuff, and it's kind of weird. I feel like he's saying two different things at the same time. Like he's even saying that CCP isn't taking things over. The what was the other example he gave? But that it's really Satan. Satan's the one, motivating these people or using these people. So it is what it is. But I'm not. JB said he was Team Kanye, even though he doesn't want to admit it on camera. I wouldn't say I'm Team Kanye, but I get where he's coming from. I think how do I say this? This whole thing about the Jews and Hitler and all this stuff, man, I just love that it's like the worst thing that you can say in a public setting, that you love Hitler, that you're, that Hitler did good things, all this stuff. And it's said by one of the most famous people.
It's so controversial.
It's so punk rock.
I was just thinking.
All right, yeah. I'm sorry.
Is he allowed to say that?
What do you mean?
That he just loves Hitler because he's autistic.
He didn't say he loves Hitler because he's autistic.
He pretty much said that.
Well, he said that
he's autistic, so he doesn't know how to not love things.
Yeah, I guess he did kind of say that.
I was walking over here and I was like, wait a minute, can he say that?
Did he just say that autistic people love Hitler?
Did he? I was like, did he just give a free pass to like a specific
group of people that they're incapable of disliking Hitler?
Exactly. No, if anybody.
Yeah, including Hitler. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find where he said
I'm not in some kind of episode, but I may be slightly autistic, like Rain Man, and that's part of my superpowers.
Rain Man.
I can
Who's
produce
that?
tracks and design
Just
and
like
do so
Rain
many
Man.
things. But what I can't do, there's two things that I can't do. I can't accept hate, and I can't hate. Have you ever known an
See,
autistic
like-
person that hates? That's the reason. I love. So if someone says, love this, love this, love this.
Do you know? I think that's exactly what he said.
That's
He's saying that autistic people love Hitler.
Technically.
Yeah, because they can't hate Hitler,
Can
they
he
can
say
only
that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously it's very misleading.
God, it just gets deeper and deeper. Like,
Yeah, that is actually pretty. Okay, well, that's funny. I had no idea. Okay,
you didn't realize that, right?
yeah, I didn't realize that's kind of
I'm
indirectly what he was saying.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to I don't know where I stand with Kanye now.
You just sent me a message. You're totally Team Kanye.
Oh man, I don't know, man. It's tough.
That's funny.
It's tough.
All right. So yeah, I'm
Give me
sorry.
some time.
All right. So this past week, wait, was that it? Was that where you left off with Kanye? That he just said things about?
Yeah, like I mean,
Nothing
he
else has
doesn't
happened
have-
recently?
He doesn't have any new music or anything.
I'm not forgetting anything? Okay.
No clothing, bullshit. Like
Okay.
he lost all his contracts and everything too. So like that was crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like he's totally, because he's so out there. I think people really aren't like holding him, his feet to the fire as much as they would anybody else.
Like before, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, good for Kanye. Oh wait, wrong one. Okay. But yeah, I wanted to say that I'm sorry for not having you. This past week we did the live stream with Hebrew Bible Insights.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what you would be. I didn't just want to, have you, not interact.
Just sit here.
Yeah, but
We could have sat here with 2 glasses of water as we talked about the Bible.
Hell yeah.
I don't mind talking about it. I need to read it. I know it's like a big old topic, but I don't know. Would you call me a really spiritual guy, even though I do go to church?
I don't know. I wouldn't call you a really spiritual guy. No.
I'm real quiet about it,
Yeah.
myself about it. Like a Catholic,
Hey, well, let me point out that that's not the minority. Let me point out that, most people are like that. Most people see religion as taboo.
Right.
Everything I have, I wear it on my sleeve. To where there's certain things that I'm really into, jiu-jitsu. Or not even jiu-jitsu, but fighting. And I feel like jiu-jitsu is in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's in it. Yeah.
Fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I love America. I love what America stands for. I love
guns,
the freedom, the constitutional rights, the free markets, capitalism. I love all the things that go in with what true libertarianism, constitutional republic is.
Right.
And okay, so that I love bidets. I feel like everybody, and the reason why I love
Mickey's gonna start selling bidets soon.
I love lamp. No, the reason why I'm putting bidets in there is because there's only so many things that I feel is for everybody. I feel everybody truly is a libertarian. I feel if you're a strict Republican, you have issues and you need to be a libertarian. And I feel like if you're a Democrat or somebody on the left, I feel like if you truly followed your own beliefs and your own values, you'd be a libertarian.
Okay.
I feel like people don't realize how important libertarianism is. And
some people always want to you gotta understand. I've been learning, opening my mind.
You just started opening your mind, dude.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, it's been a
pass the blunt, dude.
Well, it's been
Pass
it's not
me
even
the
not
blunt.
even like that, Mickey.
Oh, so I was gonna have you pass me a metaphorical blunt.
We're not smoking though. It's not real.
Yeah, we want to get that across. I think people could see that.
Everything's about balance. Everything's about a balance, even when it comes.
You're just quoting the Karate Kid.
The Karate Kid.
You can't do that, JB. You can't make a strong statement that I've been opening my mind, and then just quote the Karate Kid.
Oh, were you expecting something different?
No, I was
It's
expecting
the same stuff. It's the same crap.
All right, I'm sorry. Continue.
If it ain't broke, don't fix. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
But it's a balance, you know. Even politically, it has to be balanced. You can't be too much on one side. You can't be too much on one side.
Yeah.
There has to be like a middle ground, and I feel like everybody wants to be like, no, it's black or white. It's this or that. You're either left or right. You're either this or that. And it's like there has to be another like realm of like, no, we can find middle ground. We can, you know, have this or that, have that. But it's like I don't know, because I started watching like that Netflix thing, and it's like politics has been such
What
a
Netflix thing?
about like ancient like Rome and stuff, and how they had the court, they had the Senate, and then they had the kings and stuff and all that.
Yeah.
Right? And then the Greeks kind of had like their first democracy where it didn't matter if you're aristocrat or if you're like poor or whatever. Like there was a governing body of equal, you know, men.
And how has that inspired you?
How is that? Well, it's like it's always been a group of people. It's always been like and then it's always been either numbered, you know, like either like a small number or a big number, right? Depending, right? But there was also always like one figure, one person, one leader, one like thing that you can point the finger to, you know? And it's like if the like group didn't like the person, then boom, they would get taken care of, and then vice versa, the person got too powerful, right, etc. And so like even now, right, we have the government, we have the governing body, we have the president, right? It's not as crazy as before, right, where he has absolute power, but in some ways they kind of do, you know, like Trump did some things that, you know, not a lot of people, you know,
which they're not supposed to.
So that argument can be made, right? Like, you know, we're still in that same realm of a group of people, one leader. What's going on behind the scenes? You know, what's the controversy that we don't even know that's going on?
All right. Well, where's this going?
What were you talking about earlier?
That's why I didn't want you to forget your original point.
No, just because you were talking about.
You don't remember your point, Jamie?
I don't remember. You brought up politics somehow.
I don't think I brought up politics. I said that like
because you were saying you can't be too libertarian, or
no,
people are either too.
I said that I believe in things. I wear things on my sleeve, and
right.
And reading the Bible is one of them.
Maybe like some people just don't understand, like, you know, like the other sides of things. You know, like. Between the libertarian, between being a Democrat, between being a liberal, between being, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, just different, you know. There has to be a way to kind of get an idea of the other side, you know.
And that's why, like, so you're
that's the point I was trying to make.
Okay, so you're talking about the middle ground, and so that's why there's people who are conservative, people who are liberal, and so I truly believe the middle ground is liberty. The middle ground is freedom. And it allows.
And what does that mean?
Exactly.
What does that entail?
Exactly. Right? If you live in a constitutional republican, what that entails is that there is such thing as Los Angeles, California, and there's such thing as like a, I don't know, I guess like a Amarillo, Texas. You know what I mean? To where like those different ends of the spectrum can operate differently, live under different rules of law, have different cultures, have different sets of foundational values, and they can still be united as one nation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they can live together, and that's okay. You know what I mean? And so a lot of people don't want that. They want like, look, I live in Amarillo, Texas, and I think our laws are superior to your laws. I think our culture is superior to your culture. I think your culture is evil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the president, or I'm going to go to the to the House, and I'm going to lobby to pass laws that'll make you be like us, make you rule like we rule, make you. We're going to enforce our values onto you. And so I think that totally goes against what America is, to where like look, you can have different values. And so surround yourself
Yeah.
with your community. You know what I mean? Surround yourself with people who are like you, who think like you, who, you know, and as long as we can agree on these fundamental things, which is the Constitution, that we need to respect everybody's individual freedoms,
Pursuit of happiness.
that everybody has, you know, fundamental rights. As long as we could agree on those things, that we can be different. We can operate under different rules of law. You know what I mean? It's all up to you guys to figure out, you know, how you'll pursue your happiness. You know, and you'll do it within your community. And we do this in a united way. We do this into where like we're different, but we're united in that foundation, which is the Constitution.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so I think that is the uniting factor. You could be a total liberal and still believe in the fundamental values, American constitutional values, you know? But people don't want that. People want to rule over other people.
Yeah.
People want to change other people.
Of course.
Yeah. And
It's
so
all about power.
I think what you should do is you should let Los Angeles be Los Angeles. You should let Amarillo be Amarillo. And do you know what? Maybe both of them will thrive. Maybe one will thrive more than the other. You know what I mean? And if
Los Angeles is definitely thriving more.
and if well, I'm just saying like in their own way. I don't know. They're two different. You know, they're two different cities, whatever. And so maybe like maybe they approach things wrong. You know what I mean? Maybe Amarillo approaches things wrong. Maybe Los Angeles approaches things wrong. You know what I mean? But it's just, you're ruled by your community, by your peers, you know, and so that allows people to be individuals. That's the middle ground to where you can be a liberal and still back the Constitution. You could be a conservative and still back the Constitution.
Is Kanye the middle ground?
What are you talking about? No.
Like, can Kanye kind of be, in a way, be the middle ground?
No, he's extremely controversial. I don't even know what you mean by that.
Extremely controversial.
Yeah, I don't even know what you mean by that. Regardless, but
because he doesn't hate.
Either way, this all started with me saying that, like, you know, I like fighting, I like drinking, I like hanging out with my friends, and I like talking about the Bible. I like learning about the Bible.
Controversial.
None of whatever. Yeah. And so that's why, like, you know, I think most people don't wear their religion on their sleeve, you know. I'm sorry, I accidentally left the stream.
Oh.
Yeah, but we're back now.
That's it, we're done.
That just happened right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I don't want to make sure we weren't gone the whole time.
The whole time you were
Yeah,
talking.
dude, this mouse that I'm using is so sensitive to where I'll accidentally press it and bam, it'll
I hate that mouse.
yeah, it'll exit outside of the thing. If I just got rid, whatever. Okay, we're back. That's what's important. All right. It's so annoying.
What?
Oh shit. Oh, sorry. Okay, whatever. Oh yeah, but okay. So yeah, that's all I was trying to say. You know, I wear everything on my sleeve. That everything I do, everything I enjoy, it's all out there. You know, obviously, right?
Porn.
Yeah. Do you know let's watch porn right now.
Stream it.
That'll get us.
Just
flagged
start
for
with
sure.
some softcore stuff.
That'll definitely get us
Kicked off.
Yeah. All right, but so the whole reason of even bringing that up was, I had my live stream with Hebrew Bible Insight.
Yeah.
Shout out, and it's just so awesome, dude. I love picking people's brains, and I love approaching, because that's what brought me to, like you were saying, you're not that spiritual person. You know, neither was I. But what really got me, like, into like
religion.
Yeah, religion itself, but also like I feel like gave me a personal relationship, allowed me to to want a personal relationship with Jesus, was learning about Scripture, was actually learning that, like, oh, do you know what? Maybe the reason why I didn't believe in God for so long, maybe the reason why I didn't believe that the Bible was like true revelation, all this stuff, was because I didn't understand what it was. You know what I mean? I thought it was like a storybook to where, like, okay, this happened and this happened and this is good and this is bad, you know? And so like you go to the Bible for answers, and like the Bible is full of scripture. It's full of like different, it could be stories, it could be poems, it's a library, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's wisdom, you know? It tells you stories, and it tells you like poems, and it tells you about a history of the nation of Israel. It tells you all these things. And if you understand what it was written by human beings, and if you understand what these human beings were going through, what they were trying to communicate at the time, then it opens up a whole new world. You know what I mean? It's not the same Bible that I was reading when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
That's true.
It's very human, and I think understanding that it's very human lets you see the dance between God and human beings, and even between that, or even in Scripture itself, it tells you about the dance between God and human beings throughout the story of Israel. You know, and this is stuff that we can reflect on ourselves. You know, like we live. It uses Israel. Israel tells the story of their history, but at the same time, like this is the God of the world. You know what I mean? Like to the universe, to where this, you know, we could apply that to ourselves as well. We see this happening every day. And so that's what opened my eyes, and that's why I love so much talking to other Christians who like really, you know, and they really study the Bible, dude. Like Nathan has a PhD, Matthew has a master's, and they like both in different areas, and so it's so fascinating, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, either way,
check it out.
Yeah. The whole point of
Check
that
out
was
the stream.
the whole point of that was I was trying to say, yeah, I wasn't sure whether, but yeah, you're saying that you were gonna man the camera, or I don't know what were you saying? What did you say when I was saying? Well, I didn't know. I didn't know whether to invite you because I didn't know if you just be sitting. You know what I mean? I didn't want you to just feel like, well, I'm just sitting here the whole time or whatever.
Just invite me.
Oh, okay. I don't know. JB told me, he was like, no, I'll just man the camera, or I'll move
You
little
didn't even
things.
like tell me anything.
Yeah, if you need something, I'll grab it for you. And
I feel like you did it like in the middle of the day though.
yeah, no, yeah. Or actually, that's true as well. I wouldn't even.
Probably like at work.
That was the time that they were available.
Yeah.
So that's why I set it up at the time.
Why.
Yeah. And so it wasn't even a question whether you'd be able to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
that's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened. I wanted you to.
Next time. I'll serve you your wine. And they're gonna be like, "Who's that?" And you're like, "Oh no, this guy named Jesus."
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Good. Your name's Jesus.
Yeah.
I'll be like, just one of my staff.
Jesus. And I have the beard and everything with the long hair.
And I'd be like, who is that? Just one of my staff members. Cheers. All right, but I don't know. Did you hear any of it?
Yeah, I think so. That's why, like,
Did you
I
hear
saw
any or
I saw
not,
it pop
JB?
up. I saw it pop up. I feel like I did because I mentioned a little part of it.
All right, hold on.
Last time.
Let me play a short clip.
Yeah.
Just so we have that.
Sorry.
Bless you. All right, check this out.
Oh man, I feel it coming.
General, especially to the Christian audience, actually, is I think so many Christians miss biblical and theological insights from Genesis chapter 1 because we're so obsessed with the science of Genesis chapter 1. So let me be clear. I'm not saying we should not bring science at all to the equation. That's fine. That's a part of our world. But what's more important is what is the original author and audience? What are they thinking? Remembering that scripture ultimately is written for us, but not to us. And when we bring forward our cultural focus as if that is the primary focus of the ancient author, we're going to miss out on a lot. And I can't tell you how many conversations I've been at on Genesis chapter 1 where it started and ended with, is this exactly video camera footage of how it went down or not? You debate until you find it yes or no, and then we're done. And I'm like, you've missed out on all the best parts of why this is here, what this says about God, what this says about the world, what this says about humanity, how this sets up the rest of the Hebrew Bible story. And ultimately, I think that's very disappointing.
So Matthew, are you saying that there is a bigger, wider message that the author was trying to say? So focusing on just the science aspect of it is really a misleading perspective to start with?
Yeah.
Shocking, I know, but yes, there's so much more. The first thing.
No, it wasn't being sarcastic. I was trying to I was trying to. Yeah, that's.
You're being rude.
Oh my gosh,
I should have been here.
I'm trying to help him reiterate
Yeah.
what he was just saying and put it into context, so that way so people listening can get what exactly
Understand.
where he's coming from. Yeah, and so that's the biggest thing, dude. Like when I would read Genesis, I would read it as like, oh, this is a recording of how God created the universe, and it's to where like maybe you know what I mean, like or maybe they're trying to say something deeper, you know what I mean? And so like with it, in ancient Hebrew culture, like there were established creation stories. Like the world was created through through all this like a war, and human beings were created to be slaves to the gods. Yeah. Because the gods didn't want to do all the work of the earth, all this stuff. And I don't know, a bunch of like, and there were many gods.
Yeah.
There wasn't just one God, there was many gods. And these gods could kill each other. So they weren't eternal. They were mortal just like us, but but they were gods, you know what I mean? Like just humans couldn't kill them themselves. And so at one point, the Israelites identified with the story of that there isn't a bunch of gods. There's only one God, and this God is eternal.
Oh.
Yeah, and this God didn't create human beings for being slaves. This God created human beings to be in fellowship with them, to rule. He created us to rule over the earth, to call to name the animals, to take care of the earth, to do all these things. And he didn't create women to be our inferiors. He created women to be our equals, and only a man and woman together are a reflection of God is the image of God, man and woman together. And so like it's a huge statement to make in ancient Hebrew culture.
Yeah.
And in that ancient Near East culture. Yeah.
There was such a hierarchy.
And so that's why, and throughout all of their history, they saw and so I made a joke when we had the live stream, something called the hermeneutical principle of divine retribution.
Yeah.
And what it was that Israel, when they looked back on their culture, they saw a lot of the good things and the bad things. It was retribution. Regardless if good things happened to them, bad things happened to them, it was retribution. And the reason why they saw it that way was because of prophets, is because there was somebody saying that like, hey, go away from what you're doing. What you're doing is wrong. What you're doing is evil. Happen. Yeah. And then what happened? Like they lost their nation. Yeah. And so they look back and they say like, this person was right. This person was saying something. And so they look at their own shortcomings and what happened afterwards is retribution from God. And they looked at the good things that happened to them as retribution from God. And so, and at the end, we wrap it up with a nice bow, with the bow. And so, okay, so where does that put us? Is that, this is a nice, cute little story. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's put it in the same category as any other story that symbolizes something. Let's put it as any other story that that just feels good, but it's like, it's cute, but it's not true. You know what I mean? This is all a bunch of BS. We'll take it as that. And so this all lies on the history of Jesus.
Right.
Did Jesus exist? Was he who he claimed to be? And all of that relies on the resurrection.
Right.
And so if Jesus does, and that's what Christians need to understand, is that like Jesus is the true redeemer of the Christian religion. If he didn't die and he didn't resurrect, if there's no resurrection, there is no Christianity. There is no God. There is no redemption that we can believe in. There's
Right.
only hope that maybe there's something bigger to this. You know what I mean? And so
And that's the thing. Like, they don't know.
the resurrection is the bedrock to our entire religion, our entire everything.
Yeah.
But regardless, you don't have to, you don't have to be a Christian to know that there's, foundational morals, objective morals. You don't have to be a Christian to know that, there's something more to just a physical world.
Yeah.
That there's actually a spiritual world. And the majority of atheists, agnostics will say that, I believe there is something more to just a physical world.
They just don't want to follow religion.
But we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like we don't know what it is. We can't categorize it. So why would we just make up that we understand that, it belongs to the Christian God,
Yeah.
And so I would say that there's huge, insightful wisdom within the Bible, and it's all redeemed through Jesus. And so that's how we can have faith that like what they were going through was true.
Yeah.
And they believed it was true, what they were going through, and it was all redeemed through Jesus. And so if you follow the story in the Bible, it like it's not only the redemption of Israel, it's the redemption of all of us. You know what I mean? Like through their history, they caught on to something that was real. And so now everybody gets to be a part of it. We can all be a part of a new family, a new creation in Jesus. Amen. Are you reflecting right now?
Kind of.
Yeah, but and so that's why like I'm not afraid to say all of that. You know what I mean? Like that's just as much as
a lot.
That's just as much as I'm willing to talk about as everything else. I
respect it.
I BS with all of my friends all the time, and I enjoy BSing. You know what I mean? And I enjoy screwing around, and I like talking about politics. I like talking about
Fun.
Yeah, pop culture. I like screwing up. I like talking about a bunch of like crap.
Yeah. We can't put those conversations on the stream for legal purposes.
Yeah. JB said he's Team Kanye. Everything Kanye stands for, he's backing.
Don't do
that. Could I post your DMs?
What?
Could I post your DMs?
No.
Say that you're 100% Team Kanye?
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know. How has your spiritual life been going at all?
I don't know.
I was like, is that going to take a while to reflect on it?
No, not really. It's just that I'm still like I said, every Sunday I go and I play. And when I play, like as he's reading it, he reads a different scripture and everything. It's always like, okay, it gives me something else to think about.
Yeah.
But if I do feel like I don't know, like spiritually, honestly, if I'm being honest, I feel like I was kind of being attacked a little bit for a while back, like maybe a month or two ago.
Tell me about it.
I don't know, like, because I do kind of have that sense, like, maybe something's watching me or something's testing me or something.
Yeah.
Or just something just wants bad things to happen, even though I'm trying to stay positive.
Yeah.
Trying to have the good things happen. And at that time, like, not really bad things were happening. I was just, like, in a funk. And I think it was also just kind of, like, in my head, too, at the same time.
Yeah.
But at the same, I asked, like, my mom, like, oh, like, because I have, like, a cross. I just don't have, like, a chain or something. Like, it broke. But I feel like I need something now to wear.
Oh, okay.
Just to, that I have that, like, okay, like, maybe it's like, but it's, again, all in my head. I'm not wearing anything. So, like, I'm, like, again, I don't need it, right?
Yeah.
But I've been wanting something. Maybe just, like, a little cheap wooden one.
Yeah.
But, like, a little cross or something to wear.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Just to, feel that, okay, like, yeah, I am, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing coming to get me.
No, I feel you 100%.
But
yeah.
This is probably just all in my head. But at the same time, like, no, like I'm like paying debt off. Like you know, good things are happening, and I'm planning for more good things, and it's just my own subconscious, you know, fear, just trying to like be like, no, like you don't deserve this, or you like this bad things are gonna happen, or this is. But it's like, no, like I know eventually, like if I just focus on like, no, I'm gonna keep going to church, I'm gonna go to work. You know, we're gonna keep. It's gonna be Christmas. It's gonna be a new year. By my birthday, I'm going to be in even less debt, you know, like I'm going to be able to do more things. My nephews are going to be bigger, you know, I'm going to spend more time with them, you know. So there's a lot of good things to look forward to, you know.
Dude, you know, and I'm so glad you said that, because I truly believe they're objective good things, and these things are a part of God. These things are a part of God's order.
They have to be, because of that, you know, like there's no other like explanation for it, you know, because it's everything has a action and there's a reaction. There's a reason. There's you know, there's a reason why you have bad times. And there's a reason why you have good times. You know, because the good times are a reflection of the bad, and you have to know what the bad is in order to know what the good is. You know.
So if you're and I'll say this for all, like if you're an atheist, if you're an agnostic, I truly believe if you start like things like you're saying, like I'm paying off my debt and all this stuff, like it's totally against. It's like the borrower is slave to the lender.
Right.
Like, you know, if you take part in things that are objectively good,
That's kind of like in the Bible too.
like getting out of debt. You know what I mean? Like getting out of debt.
That's freedom. That's one part of freedom. Like,
And if you take part in helping people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Helping people unselflessly. Like people say, like, oh, when I help people, it feels so good. You know what I mean? It feels.
you're always getting mad at me for buying shit, but it's like, it's okay. Like,
And so that's why, like, let's say, okay, do it apart from being good. You know what I mean? Just do it because you want to do what's right.
Yeah,
you know what I
'cause
mean?
it's
like
cool, you know,
because
like,
you feel like this is coming from
no big
something
deal.
bigger.
Yeah.
Or, you know, praying. You know what I mean? If you're an agnostic or atheist, try praying. Try joining.
It's just trying to have that faith in yourself. That's really what it is, like the underlying thing. Like whatever it is, whatever it takes to get you to be able to flip that switch from negative to positive.
Yeah,
you know?
I would say it's the opposite of, I don't know, this is just my 2 cents. I would say it's the opposite of faith in yourself, to where like they're doing this almost, like I said, like, okay, if you're giving, if you're helping people because you feel like, oh, well, it's gonna, if after I do it, I'm gonna feel good and things are gonna come my way. You know what I mean? Like maybe some karma or some shit.
Right. But that's like, okay, I'm gonna do things in order
Yeah.
to expect.
Or like, let's say, okay, I'm going to do things because I believe that there's something to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something outside of myself
That will reward.
That's not even that will reward me, but there's something outside of myself that's calling me to take part in this action, regardless of the reward.
Yeah.
That I feel like I have a fundamental obligation, whether it helps me, whether it hurts me,
Yeah.
that I need to give to something. That's having faith in something else higher, you know? And I truly believe that if you take part in that,
and doing it, you know, like following through, no questions asked.
if you take part in that, or like I said, or praying, the same thing. If you pray, it's not like you feel like it's going to help you. You know what I mean? Like that, you know, maybe like,
But that's what praying does, though. It gets your mind in that state.
Praying, join a church, you know, like different things like that. If you do that, I truly think that it'll change you, that it'll transform you to where what transformed me wasn't that like, oh, I did good things and good things came my way, you know? It was to where I started like really searching, and I caught on the little things that taught me about the Bible, how scripture was supposed to be read, how scripture, you know. And so when I started actually reading the Bible and studying the Bible, and it totally opened up my mind. And at the same time that happened, it wasn't that good things were happening to me, but bad things were happening to me.
Yeah.
It seemed like, damn, like so much shit is starting to attack me. And I feel like it was almost like I saw that, or like it was too much of a coincidence that all these bad things were happening to me, that it made me believe that there's something
That's out there.
Out there.
Yeah.
There's something out there. And what I'm doing may be precious. You know what I mean? To where it's worth being attacked.
Right.
And so,
Gotcha.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like, I truly feel like anybody that takes part in something good, it doesn't have to be something good that you know what I mean? Like a good outcome or a good or whatever. I think it'll just transform them somehow, you know?
Yeah. That voice.
It could be that way. It could be that's a good things happen to them. You know what I mean? Like, but regardless, like, I truly believe that, like,
or not even to them, like just around them, even good things happening in their proximity. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I feel like I feel like I have,
or bad things in their proximity.
Also,
yeah.
But like, you know, there's always both. There's always, you know, good and bad. And good and bad.
Oh yeah.
There's always.
Yeah,
good and bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But just gotta have faith.
Yeah.
And you gotta have faith.
Yeah. But that's tough, dude. Like, you know, that's what killed me the most is that, like, I don't want to have faith. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just blindly believe in something. Like, I felt like I'm living like a hypocrite. You know what I mean? Like, I'm living inconsistently to what I actually believe. And so I would say, and this goes towards William Lane Craig's ministry, to where it's called Reasonable Faith. And it's to where I truly believe that that's, you know, that's where I'm at right now, to where the same way that maybe a naturalist, I don't think any naturalist truly believes that that there is nothing more than the physical realm.
Right.
But a lot of them just have to make that jump of faith that it might maybe all there is. And so the same thing with the Christian, to where the evidence leads towards Christ. And so that's where I'm going to put my faith.
Right.
You know? And so that would be the difference between just blind faith and reasonable faith. You know? Because, you know, I believe in the evidence for the historical Jesus Christ. And that's why I try to debunk all this like BS that you see on the internet of like, there's no historian that believes that Jesus never existed. There's no historian. Like, there's 4 fundamental facts of Jesus Christ that you won't find one historian to who will say that's not true. That there was a Jesus Christ of Nazareth who was persecuted and crucified under Pontius Pilate, who had disciples who said that resurrected him on the 3rd day, and I forgot the 4th. Oh, and the 4th one was who did miracles and exorcisms and stuff like that. Yeah, that. Or who was reported to do miracles and exorcism, right? You can't historically say somebody actually did miracles and exorcism.
Yeah.
And so that's why, like, that's where reasonable faith is, to where, like, I believe in that those fundamental historical facts. And I guarantee you won't find one historian of the Near East who will say that that's not true.
Yeah.
That those fundamental facts are not true. Like I said, not that he actually did those things, but he claimed to do those things that, you know.
People claim.
Yeah, people claim that he did those things. Yeah. Other than the persecuted and crucified under Pontius Pilate, that objectively, like, you know, they do say whatever. Oh, no, I'm good there. Yeah. Jesus. Praise him. And there's the wine. There goes the wine. Okay. I don't know. Was there anything you wanted to add to that?
No. You took it all.
That's how I would sum up the reasonable faith. It's not that I would put it just in the same category as like a naturalist.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I don't believe most people are. I believe there's not that many naturalists as much as people say they're naturalists. I think if they really pursued their own beliefs, I think they would be some of a quasi, you know, spiritualist, something. I don't know.
Be like nature.
Just, how do you say it? Like polytheists, that they just believe that there's something, you know, the universe, you know, that all of these very broad terms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So we get to wrap or what?
Yeah, we're good to wrap.
All right, cool. We pretty much went through everything we said we talk about, right?
Yeah.
All right, just making sure.
So.
All right, well, thank you all for joining us. This is pretty cool, right? Next week, we're going to have our Christmas special. The week after that,
we'll talk about Jesus again.
We'll talk. Oh, you're right. Praise him.
He forgot.
Yeah, it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Jesus. All right, so thank you all for watching, and have a good night.